I will show you how to preserve fresh blueberries for a longer period of time. I'll wash them first. I washed the blueberries and now I need clean and washed jars. I'll fill the jars with blueberries. Write me in the comments from which country are you watching me? It's nice to know that we are watching each other all over the world. I fill all the jars in the same way. I filled the jars and now I need lemon juice. I will add a spoonful of lemon juice to each jar. Lemon juice will protect the contents of the jar from botulism. Botulism does not develop in an acidic environment. My jars are 750 milliliters in volume and I will fill them with water. I'll wipe the top of the jar. I close the jars with clean and new lids. I need a deeper pan and I put a cloth on the bottom of the pan. I put the jars in the pot. I will pour water up to the height of the lid. I put the pot on the stove and pasteurize it for 30 minutes from the moment the water boils. The pasteurization is complete and I will leave the jars to cool completely in the water. Store the jars in a dark place until use. If you like the recipe, leave me a heart in the comment and like. Thank you, dear friends.
I store fresh blueberries in a jar, and for years they remain as if they were just picked. I will wash the blueberries. I choose healthy, ripe, and firm blueberries because only healthy fruit can be preserved beautifully in a jar. I washed 1.5 kilograms of blueberries and now I will grind 500 grams. I need the juice of 1 lemon. I add 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. Acidity is important for safe food preservation. I'll stir. I need clean and washed jars. I will fill the jars with blueberries. I will not fill the jars to the top. I will pour the juice from the crushed blueberries into the jars. I pour the juice to cover the blueberries. I'll wipe the top of the jar. I close the jars with clean lids. I need a deeper pan. I put a cloth on the bottom of the pot. I put the jars in the pot. I pour water into the pot, up to the height of the lid. I put the pan on the stove. From the moment the water boils, I will pasteurize it for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes of pasteurization, I will remove the pan from the stove. I will leave the jars to cool gradually in the water. When the jars have cooled, the center part of the lid must sink. I store the jars in a dark and cool place, without a freezer and without electricity. I use blueberries prepared in this way for pancakes, cakes, oatmeal, yogurt, cakes, and desserts. If you like the video, leave me a heart in the comment and a like. Thank you, friends. I don't freeze blueberries anymore, I just do this, and they look like they were picked yesterday, for years. I only need firm and healthy blueberries. I remove soft, damaged, and rotten blueberries. I will wash the blueberries. I will wash the blueberries carefully, without mashing. I need clean and washed jars. I'll fill the jars with blueberries. I will not press the blueberries. I want them to stay firm. I will not fill the jar to the top. Blueberries are a naturally sour fruit. That's why I don't add sugar or lemon here. Acidity is an important part of safe canning. I pour water into the jars to cover the blueberries. I will wipe the top of the jar so that the lid fits well. I close the jars with clean lids. I need a saucepan. I put a cloth on the bottom of the pot. I put the jars in the pot. I pour water up to the height of the lid. I put the pan on the stove. From the moment the water boils, I will pasteurize it for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes of pasteurization, I remove the pan from the stove. I will leave the jars to cool gradually in the water. When the jars have cooled, the center part of the lid must sink. I store the jars in a dark and cool place until use. If you liked the video, leave me a heart in the comment and a like. Thank you, dear friends.
I will show you how to preserve fresh blueberries for a long period of time without freezing and without cooking. I'll wash the blueberries first. I wash the blueberries and I need sterilized jars. I will fill the jars with blueberries. Do not fill the jars to the top. I fill all the jars in the same way. I filled the jars and now I need boiled water. While it is still hot, I pour the boiled water into the jars. Write to me in the comments from which country are you watching me? It's nice to know that we are watching each other all over the world. I will cover the jars with lids and let them rest for 15 minutes. After standing for 15 minutes, I pour the liquid from the jar into the pan. Now I need lemon juice. I add a tablespoon of lemon juice to the pot. Add as many tablespoons of lemon juice as you have in the jar. I will add 3 tablespoons. My jars have a volume of 750 milliliters. Lemon juice protects the contents of the jar from botulism. Botulism does not develop in an acidic environment. I put the pan on the stove. I'll wait for the dressing to boil. While I wait for the dressing to boil, I will sterilize the lids in hot water for 10 minutes. Immediately pour the hot and boiled dressing with lemon into the jar. Immediately close the jar with sterilized lids. We do everything while it's hot. If you have more jars and your dressing has cooled in the meantime, bring it to a boil again. The dressing must cover the blueberries. As the jars cool, the center part of the lid must sink. Store the jars in a dark place. If you like the video, leave me a heart in the comment and a like. Thank you, dear friends. I will show you how to preserve blueberry muffins in a jar and keep them for a long period of time. I add 150 grams of sugar to the bowl. 120 grams of butter. I'll add 2 eggs. Write me in the comments from which country are you watching me? It's nice to know that we are looking at each other in the whole world. I will beat the ingredients with a mixer. I add 2 teaspoons of vanilla flavoring to the mixture. And I will mix it all up. Now I will mix the dry ingredients. I add 2 teaspoons of baking powder to 240 grams of flour. A teaspoon of salt. I'll mix it all up. I prepared 200 grams of washed blueberries. I will put 2 teaspoons of flour mixture in them. I'll stir. I add flour to the prepared mixture. I will add 170 milliliters of milk. Now I need lemon juice. I will add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And I will beat everything with a mixer. I add blueberries. And I will mix it all up. I will use wide-mouth jars. I will coat the inside of the vise with oil. I put the muffin mix in a jar. Fill the jar halfway. The muffin mix will rise during baking, and so I fill the other jars as well. Remove the dough from the sides of the jar and wipe the top of the jar. Sterilize the sealing rubbers from the jar in boiling water for 10 minutes. I put the jars on the oven tray. I take the jars to a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius. I will bake the muffins for 40 minutes. After 40 minutes of baking, I took the jars out of the oven. I immediately put on the sealing rubbers. We do everything while it's hot. We immediately close the jar. I repeat the process with the other jars. Do everything quickly because everything has to be hot. When the jars have cooled, store them in a dark place until use. If you like the video, leave me a heart in the comment and a like. Thank you, dear friends.